Boris Johnson suffered a brutal attack from a senior French author who accused the Prime Minister of lying all the time in the Commons. French journalist and award-winning author Marianne van Rentegem accused Boris Johnson of lying, arguing Brexit is the only thing that made him the Prime Minister of the UK. Speaking to TV channel French 5, Ms van Rentegem, who has written an acclaimed biography on Angela Merkel, compared Mr. Johnson to French leader Emmanuel Macron, arguing the Prime Minister is Donald Trump-like on many levels. She said, "Johnson was made by Brexit, he made Brexit, he exists by Brexit and for Brexit. It was thanks to Brexit that he became Prime Minister. He is ontologically Brexit." Boris Johnson, "It's not just me saying it, is someone who lies all the time. Lying is for him, like Brexit, something ontological, essential, existential." There are people on Twitter, a lawyer by the name of Peter Stefanovic who made a video where he shows the repeated, factual lies Boris Johnson makes in the House of Commons every day. There is a whole book that lists them. It's on Donald Trump's level from that point of view. She continued, "So he is someone who does not respect the treaties that he signs. It is someone who, after having made a declaration or having reached an agreement with the President of the Republic, who will leak the exact opposite in the tabloids to agitate, and who is entirely focused on domestic policy issues." So Boris Johnson can't be talked to, and it's not just Emmanuel Macron who says so. He is someone who has no word, no morals, and with whom it is extremely difficult to establish a link. I think that as long as these two men are in power, there will be no resolution to the Franco-British crisis. The comments come as tensions between France and the UK continue to soar over post-Brexit fishing licenses and the ongoing migrant crisis in the English Channel. Mr. Johnson infuriated President Macron when he posted a letter on Twitter calling for joint patrols on French beaches and the return to France of migrants who succeed in making the dangerous Channel crossing. Mr. Macron said it was not a serious way to negotiate, while Home Secretary Priti Patel was disinvited from a meeting in Calais on Sunday of ministers from France, Belgium, the Netherlands and Germany to discuss the crisis. French police on Tuesday tore down a makeshift camp near the northern French port of Dunkirk where scores of migrants who say they are fleeing war, poverty and persecution in the Middle East were hunkered down with hopes of reaching Britain. Armed officers entered the camp, which runs along a disused railway line, before workers in protective suits pulled down tents and plastic shelters. Charity workers say the 27 migrants who drowned in the Channel last Wednesday had stayed in the same area before they attempted the perilous sea crossing from France to Britain last Wednesday. Their dinghy deflated in the open sea. The number of migrants crossing the Channel has surged to 25,776 in 2021, up from 8,461 in 2020 and 1,835 in 2019, according to tallies compiled by the BBC using Home Office data. The spike in numbers has angered Britain, which accuses France of doing too little to stem the flow. Paris says that once migrants reach the shores of the Channel, it is too late to prevent them crossing. French police routinely tear up the camps that spring up between Calais and Dunkirk. Evictions at the Grand Synth site had been taking place on a weekly basis for the past few weeks, one charity worker said. The migrants are typically transported to holding centers scattered across the country where they are encouraged to file for asylum, though many quickly make their way back to the Channel coast. Mr. Macron told Boris Johnson to get serious on Friday, in the effort to curb migrant flows, as post-Brexit relations between their governments deteriorate.